one hell of a job. And the only thing else I got to say is, how about them Cowboys? Yeah!
How about them Cowboys? Click like Power Boys. Make you say wow boys from the QBs, DTs, LBs, and the Towel Boys. You tuning in to the team that win. Big game, first name James. He interviewed, he called the games. Silver blue, you know the name. From the Emmitt Smith to the Michael Irv. We beating skins, shooting birds. I see a bank and snatch it out his fur. Favorite team on the planet Earth. From Monday night to Sunday church. DJ putting in the work. I'm tuning in, no need to search. Through thick and thin and good and worse. Them Cowboys, click like Power Boys. Make you say wow boys from the QBs, DTs, LBs, and the Towel Boys. You tuning in to the team that win. Tuning in to the team that win. Tuning in to the goddamn, they did it again. How about them Cowboys? Click like Power Boys. Make you say wow boys from the QBs, DTs, LBs, and the Towel Boys. You tuning in to the team that win. Tuning in to the team that win. Tuning in to the team that silver and blue done did it again. Them Cowboys, click like Power Boys. Make you say wow boys from the QBs, DTs, LBs, and the Towel Boys. You tuning in to the team that win. Tuning in to the team that win. Tuning in to the goddamn, they did it again. How about them Cowboys? Click like Power Boys. Make you say wow boys from the QBs, DTs, LBs, and the Towel Boys. You tuning in to the team that win. Tuning in to the team that win. Tuning in to the team that silver and blue done did it again.
Sir.
That silver and blue done did it again.
Yeah.
That silver and blue done did it again.
Who's
Good
that
evening,
floating?
gentlemen.
Who's that floating on that track like that?
That's my son.
For
Yeah.
real?
That's the whole
Yeah,
vibe,
that's
right?
my son.
That's
Okay. Okay, remind me of younger me, man, out there. Okay.
Yeah. I had him do a song for me. I was like, man, dog, I need a theme song. You feel me? I need something, to keep it hype. I know you rapping. He got his own little album. He got his
Okay.
little production and everything going. And I was like, make a song for me. And I was like, but you know what I'm saying? Make it like different. He was like, I got you. And he was like, I'm gonna make this totally different, like different than you've seen before.
Yeah,
And he would just put a lot of energy into it too. So it was just like, how about them Cowboys? Click like Power Boys.
I ain't
Make it
gonna
say
lie,
Power
man.
Boys.
Some of them Cowboy songs be kind of whack. And be like, yeah.
You feel me?
well,
Yeah, that's what I told him. I said, no, we can't come on my shit. You feel me, J.Tuck? You know I ain't gonna be associated with no bullshit. So I said, I don't
Right.
care if you my son or not. If you make a whack ass track, it ain't getting no play in this ride.
Right.
I don't do that. Hell to the no, because I feel you, Tuck. I heard some of these Cowboy songs and was like,
and
no.
auto-tune and all that shit. Go outside the yard. Maybe the
I was
school's
like,
there.
no, dog, we can't do that. I would listen to it like, nah, okay, never mind. I'll just go with what I got.
Right. Yeah, I don't need no intro, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'm good.
I'm
straight.
good. I'm good.
I ain't trying to worry about. I ain't trying to worry about copyright.
Yeah, you
But
know
yeah,
what?
I own the song, but yeah, I know. But like, see,
YouTube be tripping and all that stuff. I can't really.
I ain't trying to sit here and explain algorithms to you. I just know.
Yeah, I can't play. I'm gonna get flagged on that one, man. I appreciate it, but
Man, hey, man, it's good to talk to both of you guys. Seen this been like forever for me and Mike. Been a few weeks, and J.Tuck was on like about a month ago. It's been a long time, man. How are both of you guys doing?
I am fantastic, my friend. How are you?
Hey, man, I'm great. I'm great. What's up, Tuck?
good, man. Living, living life to the fullest, man. We got the draft coming up. So, like I just said on Twitter, man, I can finally put my pencils down with my draft board and all that. No more draft content. We just gotta wait till Thursday and see what happens, man. So I'm good.
Man, yeah, it's crazy. Shout out to my guy Flora Perrier for the $2 holla. He kind of says what up with everybody. Yeah, let me give acknowledgement to everybody's in the building, and then we'll jump right into it, fellas. Boo thing, of course, Flora Perrier. 43 Flex, Mel Hayes, you right. First time you've been in this thing in a long time. You don't never be here, but you always be late. But today you okay. Gambino, what's up with you, Florida Cowboy? It's your boy D White. What's up with you? Been a long time. The Ninja, of course, you know how we do. D-Town Tex G. Juwan James, you know what? We'll keep on coming. Thurston, how the third was good with you. And I just came back before we jump in here, and I ain't gonna tell nobody because I know Mike's ain't seen it yet, but I know Tuck you have. But it was fire. That's all I'm gonna say.
Right. Yeah.
You hear me, Mike? It was fire.
Yeah, I know a lot of people hating on it, man.
Nah,
hating, but it did everything it needed to do, man.
It did everything it needed to do. Now, something to tell you, Mike. It did everything it needed to do. Period.
Right. James, you saw it in theater, right?
Yeah,
I saw it.
It did everything it needed to do. Period.
Don't play with me right now.
Okay, I'm sorry. But hey, man. Shh. Okay, I'm gonna leave it alone. But hey, what's good, man? Let's like J.Tuck just said, man. Draft is around the corner. I'm gonna be there. Whoop whoop. Day one. I'm gonna be there Thursday up in Cleveland. I'm excited. Really, this is gonna be my first draft, so I'm very, very excited about that. I don't know how close I'm gonna get, but I'm as close as I can get, and I'm gonna be out there just having a good time with it. But just like you said, Jay, time to put the pencils down and stop talking about these damn mock drafts. I'm telling you that shit been crazy. It's just like, why? But I get why you do it, but I ain't doing it, but I get it. But right now, it's right around the corner. It's Thursday. How are both of you guys feeling about the draft? You first, J.Tuck, and then you, Mike. What's y'all's feelings kind of coming into the draft right now? What the Cowboys are going to do with the 10th pick, J.Tuck?
Yeah. So we finally there, man. So guys, I said the other day, I feel like if Kyle Pitts lands to the Cowboys, he will be the pick at 10. If he doesn't, the conversation really comes down to now between Patrick Surtain and J.C. Horn. The way I'm kind of reading things, man, I feel like the coaching staff, they're leaning towards J.C. Horn. But I feel like the scouts and the organization, they might be leaning towards Patrick Surtain. So who's really going to get the nod if it really comes down between the two? I think it will be Patrick Surtain. And I'm just saying, we always talk about the brand in Dallas. I think he just fits what Stephen Jones likes. I think he fits the kind of personality that Jerry Jones liked. I think if it comes down between Horn and also Patrick Surtain, PS2 will be the draft pick there. It would take something absolutely crazy for the Cowboys to consider a trade back. I personally don't see it happen unless one of these quarterbacks were slotted 10 and we get a crazy offer. But besides that, man, I think the Cowboys stay put. And if Pitts is off the board, they go with Horn or Surtain. I don't think the tackles are in consideration, whether it's Slater or Sewell. I think it's, Pitts, Horn, or Slater. So I'm not Slater, but PS2. So that's where I'm rolling, man.
Go ahead, Mike.
He's on it. He's on. They're not taking the only offensive option they have at 10 is Pitts.
Right. They
would pass on Waddle for Horn. They're not. Then they're still split. I put it up on Twitter a second ago. My thoughts because it's a screen cap, but there was too many characters in Microsoft Word, so the staff is still split on Horn and Surtain.
Mm-hmm.
And the scouts love Surtain because the scouts always want to go with the steady prospect with the pedigree, yada, yada, yada. And the coaches love Horn.
Mm-hmm.
Mike McCarthy is still really good friends with Joe Horn.
Right.
Mike McCarthy, Dan Quinn are still really good friends with Will Muschamp.
Right.
So there's a tie in there, and I believe that would be the tiebreaker at 10. That would then because this team, for better or for worse, listens to their coaches during the draft.
So that's a good point, Mike. Because I was thinking who has the loudest voice in the war room, and so you think it's the coaches?
For better or for worse, they tend to. That's how you end up with Tristan Hill. That's how you got Jalen Smith. That's how you took Zeke instead of Ramsey. There's all kinds of evidence on the table.
That makes sense.
I'm gonna keep it real. I'm torn between both of them too. If you want me to be honest with you, I like both of them. You feel me, Mike? It's never been a fight for me. Like
I am not remotely concerned about getting burned at the 10th pick.
Yeah, because if you grab Surtain, like, and I like Horn, y'all, I liked him from day one, even before I really studied the draft. As soon as I heard Horn, I was like on it because I watched Joe Horn. I remember how he was, and so that enticed me already to want to see his son. And then when I seen his son, I said, "Yep, just like his daddy, just plays defense." You know what I'm saying? And he was like, and I knew how his dad was, and I knew how competitive his dad was, and I know what his dad brought to the table, and I can just see it in his son. So, and you see the ability, and he has the size to play the position and the attitude. So you love that because the Cowboys don't have that beside Jordan Lewis. But he don't have those characteristics. Yeah, we need more dogs. But I will say this. But I will say this though. This is what I will say about Surtain. Just because he doesn't talk and is like rah-rah like Horn, that doesn't mean he's not just as much as that dog too. Because when you watch Surtain play, he's a dog when he plays, dog. You can't fool him. He studies the game. You can the one play really seems to get me is like them quick slants on him, but he ain't going for no damn double moves. He is studying his opponent. He is studying the team, and he's got good size. So it's not like you're going to be bad, but just like here, it's the 10th pick. So it's like you can get steady later, can't you? That's my only thing with Surtain.
Right.
Well, Surtain's Byron Jones.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I agree.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I posted, man.
And people hated Byron. I'm sorry, I didn't.
Right. Yeah, go ahead, Mike. Yeah, I was gonna say exactly. And people hated Byron Jones. They're like, "Oh, that's his seal. Like that's his
good riddance. Good riddance. You know, right. Go on. You wanted to pay the linebacker instead of Byron Jones. Well, let's see how that worked out. So
Right. And someone brought up a good point, man. I think it's kind of just a flavor of ice cream, man, because I feel like what they mentioned is like whether it's a receiver, right? Amari Cooper and Dez Bryant, completely two different types of receivers, but they both are very high caliber and talented at the position. But it kind of comes like, Amari Cooper is very to himself, but he execute technician versus Dez Bryant's kind of just that dog, big physical personality that I think a lot of people gravitate towards in Dallas. And I think that's really where you come down to J.C. Horn and Patrick Surtain is like, I think Horn already has the personality. You can kind of see even with his pro day, like he knew what reps that Surtain did. He knew he knew everything, and he was going in to beat that. And if you kind of follow him on Twitter, every time there's something kind of mentioned, he slighted, he has something to say. So he has that competitive spirit. So I think a lot of people, self-included, just gravitates toward that. I did that even before the Farley back injury kind of happened when he was kind of still, the two. I was just like, Horn, when I watch the tape, like that's what I want in Dallas, and I'll go with that, the cornerback, but it's no slight to Surtain.
Horn's my CB1, and like I tweeted the other day, J.C. Horn's the type of dude to DM a wide receiver's girl on game week. And then ask her if she wants to hang out and then send her money for lingerie.
Right.
And that wide receiver sitting there on game day getting taped up, wonder why his girl ain't pick up her hotel key.
Right. Like I said, bro, like his dad was that way. Like, one of my good friends in New Orleans, like his dad would mess with players' wives and all sorts.
Joe Horn
in the locker room, like Joe Horn was an asshole.
Joe Horn was actually making a phone call. When
he
pulled that phone out in the end zone, he literally made a phone call to the DB's girlfriend. He was
right. Nah, bro.
I love it.
Hey, check this out. We got this question right here. $5 holler from D-Town Text G. I like this question. Slater, $5 holler. Shout out to you, big dog. Slater, Sewell, Horn, Surtain. I think we talked about this before. And Pitts are gone, and we cannot trade back. Who are we picking? Just like KMT said, you already know what Mike is saying.
Justin Fields.
Ooh.
I mean, like if those guys are gone before 10, who's sitting there at 10, bud? I mean,
and if Justin Fields was there, that'd be hard to say no to, wouldn't it? Would it, J.Tuck?
You call the bluff. We got our quarterback signed. Hey, they won't take him. Take his ass and watch them phones light up.
Hell no. I mean, you would, but since we can't trade back, you know what I'm saying, in this scenario, I don't think the Cowboys would trade him. I'll take him. I don't think the Cowboys would take him. Me personally, and it's someone I kind of mentioned, and when I mention this name, a lot of Cowboys fans get pissed off, but it's Micah Parsons. Like, I feel like Micah Parsons at the linebacker position helps the front seven. He can do a lot more than what we currently have. And I think the Cowboys, if this scenario was to happen, he would be strongly considered.
This is Micah Parsons no-fly zone. They are come 1,000% out on Micah Parsons, period.com, end of story.
What reason why you think?
He's a piece of shit human and he can't cover.
Okay. All right. So.
All right. Well, you know who's gonna be my surprise guy? I have two surprise guys. Let's throw a surprise guy out there for y'all. Christian Baltimore.
Oh man.
At 10.
Oof.
I'm done, dude. We're closing this out. No, hell no.
I was gonna say him or Caleb Farley.
Now,
no.
Who else would you do?
If it's me personally, I'm taking Jamar
Parsons. I'm taking Jalen Waddle. They're not going to do it. My number one, my pick at 10 would be Jalen Waddle. They're not going to do it.
Yeah, I'm thinking from a Cowboys perspective. I think it'd probably be Parsons here. They would consider it if they.
I think they would consider Parsons too. If that was all on the table, I think they would consider Mike.
Right?
Would they consider Xavier Collins?
No, you're not. No, not at
270.
no.
J.OK.
No, he's not playing at 270. He's going to play 255. He put on screen.
J.OK.
No, they're not. Dude, at 10, no. They would take AVT at 10 before they took any of the defensive guys. Yeah. Outside, like if in this scenario,
who'd you say?
AVT.
Vera Tucker.
Oh, the Vera Tucker from the tackle.
That's who they would take. They would take that. Like, and this is in this weird paradox upside down world where all the horrible shit happens.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I threw it. That's why I threw a crazy name in the Matrix, because I'm like, that ain't happening.
No.
Yeah, and Mike just said we can't mess up this pick at 10 with this scenario, man. It might get a little ugly.
No, can we
that'd be crazy if it got like that, dog.
I want out of the sunken place. Can we move on?
Yes, move.
We all be sitting with the boo-boo face on.
Yeah, that he threw that out there. That just dampened the whole mood.
Yeah.
We can't have because
that's 2015. That's 2015 football
like that, and everybody is going, and you can't trade. But come on, dog. That's like serious Matrix shit.
You better take a quarterback. You better take it and hold that sumbitch hostage. You have to.
Yeah.
What else?
You would hold it hostage. It makes sense.
I mean, because New England, Bill Belichick's on the hot seat.
Mm-hmm.
So you're thinking about just using him as a trade piece and just holding them to after the draft?
Call their bluff. You won't take him? Oh, I won't. You sure about that? you sure as a right?
But see, here's the thing, though. You know,
Randy Galloway
we're talking about Baby Nuts Jones, though. Baby Nuts Jones.
Yeah, that's too much.
Baby Nuts Jones ain't jumping like that.
Yeah,
Baby Nuts Jones ain't jumping like that.
Nah, he's not.
Them nuts ain't growing like that.
I mean,
them nuts ain't growing like that.
Yeah, well, obviously at the end of the day, if you're sitting there at the 10th pick and you take that quarterback because you call somebody's bluff, and now Chicago.
So, well, here's my thing, though.
Pittsburgh, New England.
That's a lot of people want quarterbacks. But check this out, though. Here's my thing. So are they so enamored? Like if Pitts happen, I'm just gonna say a weird scenario that could happen. I don't know. This is something that could actually happen. But in a weird scenario, if Pitts was there and you had them two corners still there too, would you take the offensive player or would you take them defensive players?
You talking to me or are you talking to the Cowboys?
I'm talking to both of y'all.
I was
asking both y'all questions.
If it's me,
you would just take Pitts even if you had a J.C. Horn or a Surtain? You would do that?
Yeah, and I feel like if this scenario, because I feel like he adds more to this team than what the other two corners do.
How's that?
He's a better.
Dallas suffers on defense. Now, look, isn't that put more pressure? I'm just playing devil's advocate. I'm just playing.
Yeah, right.
Isn't that put more pressure on the defense again? That if you jump out there and get this guy, now you putting everything on the offense again to say this got to be explosive. Everything's got to fall on them, and if it don't, it's.
Hey, I'm all about taking Pitts at 10, but you better have a plan about it.
Right. And I feel like even if we do take a corner, we still going to need to bring in a veteran outside corner anyway. You know what I'm saying? So even if we do take a Patrick Surtain, I don't feel like our secondary is complete by any means. So what you're able to actually do by getting the Pitts is you add the kind of final infinity stone, as you will, to this offense, and you make teams rethink. Like you really have to come out and scheme towards this offense, and God bless you, there's no way to do it. Now, from a defensive perspective, you got J.C. Horn, Patrick Surtain, teams are going to come out there and scheme around Patrick Surtain or J.C. Horn and change up their offensive philosophy according to these players. So, I mean, you're still going to have to get defensive pieces. Now, we're kind of backed into a corner because we didn't do nothing in free agency. So that's why everyone's kind of thinking that we're pinpointing to corner. But if it's me, I'm taking Pitts, and then I'm turning back in the second round. And whether it's my guy who just dropped film on Asante Samuel Jr. or these other guys out there at 44, I'm adding them in, and then we get right back to business. But you cannot pass on, Kyle Pitts at this position if he falls to you at 10. You can't.
Well, let me ask you this, and I'm going to ask both of y'all this. So, but we already know that a lot of teams spread you out, Tuck, and there's 3-4 receiver sets. If Dallas is getting spread in 4 wide, and who are the cornerbacks that are going to jump in there then? Are you feeling confident about those guys when they're getting spread out like that, and you still are, and you don't have like one of those top guys, and you passed and you went to Pitts? Now you spreading 4 out. You got Diggs, you got Anthony Brown. You feel good about Anthony Brown. Jordan Lewis is coming up, but he's been back and forth. Rashard Robinson is not
Jordan
playing.
Lewis is your free safety.
Well, I don't know. I'm not saying that right now. We talked about Reggie Robinson, about him going back to safety. The point is, do you feel confident with 4 guys along the line because you lost Cheeto?
No.
You don't have any depth as far as good players. You feel
You don't
good
have
about
enough
that?
If we had to play a game in 2 hours, you don't have enough corners.
No, I mean that cornerback is looking real suspect now.
So if you're gonna do the Pitts thing, you're going
go corner at 44.
If you're taking Pitts, if you do, because he is at the end of the day, he's the better prospect than Horn and Surtain. But if you do that, you can't just sit on your thumbs. Now you got to make some moves.
Right.
You got to take, like, even if it takes Gallup, you got to take that. You got to take Gallup in a 3 and try to get back into the the bottom of the second, or trade it for an actual player. They still need an actual player. They need an actual NFL corner.
Right.
They still need to add one.
And I mean, there's still like Casey Hayward out there, Brian Poole from the Jets. I mean, some of these kind of veteran Richardson.
I'm
saying that's not the answer, huh?
I'm talking about a guy.
Those guys.
It's a guy that's not for sale. It's a guy that's quote unquote not for sale.
But I feel better with the veteran back there than screaming one of these rookies out there day one. Because you got to think about it. Even from Diggs' standpoint, he went through growing pains, and he really didn't become a shell of himself until after the injury happened. When he came back, he started to settle down. So you're going to run out there with a second-year guy, Patrick Surtain and Anthony Brown and Jordan Lewis. I'm still no confident if we sign Surtain or Horn. We need some proven guys back there at the outside corner position, period.
But they didn't go get anybody. That's my point.
I know. And so that's what Mike was saying. Well, he might have to make a move to go get that guy. It's kind of like when we went through with
But they're
Dez,
not going to. But see, that's my point, y'all. That's my frustration when you just bringing that up, Tuck, and even Mike bringing that, both talking about that. We see these scenarios. You feel me? We see the preparation that we have to do this, because let's say if you grab a Pitts, you, like Mike says, and I agree, you have to have, because I'm looking at that cornerback. It's not looking great. It's not good at all. And I'm not even counting on Rashard Robinson, but he's already suspended. Maurice Kennedy didn't play a damn down last year. You feel me? And he wasn't anybody you were jumping up and say, "Oh, we got Maurice Kennedy." You feel me?
Right.
But you don't. And Anthony Brown ain't nothing to be speaking about. Jordan Lewis is and Diggs had his troubles. So when you look at the cornerback position, it's bad.
Corner, he's going to have a better. He's going to have a better year.
He's going to have a better year. You're hoping,
right? We're hoping.
You're hoping.
If Diggs slides, we really screwed up. If Diggs slides, we really messed up.
That's what I'm saying. So we got to hit that cornerback position.
I'd bet my house on Diggs having a better year this year.
I ain't betting my house, but I ain't betting my house. Okay, that's good. I'm not doing mine though. But I feel good about him going his trajectory.
So it ain't even mine. So
there you go. Well, like I said, I feel good about his trajectory. You feel me, y'all? I feel good about his trajectory. That makes me feel good. But still, I'm still worried about that cornerback and the cornerback depth, because we saw when Diggs went out, and let's not forget, fellas, and I know it was a freak year with injuries, but injuries still can happen. Diggs got hurt. Lewis got hurt. Brown got hurt. Cheeto got hurt. So you need that depth, fellas. We can't just say, "Oh, we got these guys," and one of them get hurt. We in a bad way. So you got to get at least 2 quality corners in this draft. So I'm teetering back and forth. I feel what you're saying, Tuck, about Pitts, because he's nice and he's nasty. But I'm still like, man, we got to get some dog corners, man. We got to.
Yeah,
we need more dogs.
it's where the Cowboys kind of force us in this position, man. Because it's like, even though we take Surtain or Horn, they're going to be expected to do a lot more their rookie season than you should be asking from a rookie. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't have any outside corners. If we would have brought in one of these guys, whether it's a Patrick Peterson or not, you know what I'm saying, in free agency, then they can kind of have some wiggle room for some mistakes. But right now, it's like, Surtain, you have to be that guy coming in day one. And probably, we got Kansas City, we got, probably Atlanta if they go Pitts. It's like,
fuck you, Jamal.
We're gonna be sitting back looking like, do we really got what it takes? And like I said, I just don't feel like these corners pushes the defensive needle forward that much. I feel like if you have us ranked right now in power ranking at 20, we draft Patrick Surtain, we still at 20. We still got a lot of more work to do. So that's what I'm saying.
I feel better. I'm not saying I just feel better about it, because if you just go with our whole defense as a whole right now, Tuck, if we really jump out outside and we look in, it's very average still. It's very,
we
very
still
average,
bro.
So we got it. And this is what I was saying.
They're still going to add. They're going to add a boundary corner in the summer. It's not going to be a big name. It's not going to be something like that. And regardless who they draft, they're going to add a boundary corner in the summer.
So that's going to be Daryl Worley 2.0.
But see, here's my
I didn't say it was good.
Right.
Here's my issue is that I feel like we see the Cowboys from afar, and we kind of know the moves that they're going to make, right? And it's not really going to be the improvement. They're going to try to sell it, but it's not going to really be the improvement on the defensive side. And where I was saying, once again, they're putting all that stock in their draft. That's fine. If that's what you're going to do, you didn't really go out there and get free agents. We know you got role players that can fit a good role, but your guys that are already there are average to me. You're putting all that pressure on your guys to draft correctly. Okay, you put it on the last year, and you're doing it this year, because if you don't draft well and you miss on some of these players, it's going to set Cowboys back on defense again. It's going to go back to the thing of relying everything on Dak, scoring 40 points in a game. And that sounds all good, and we jump up and down about that.
The way they missed.
Well, here's the thing. I've seen teams, and y'all seen them too, that if you draft correctly, you can hit it, and those guys will just come in. 2 or 3 guys can change your defense. 2 or 3 guys can change your offense. It happened with 2016, didn't it? When Dak and Zeke and them guys came in, right?
The way Tampa Bay hit on the draft last year with Winfield and
that's what I'm saying.
The damn tackle. I get
who's what's his name?
Chef. Everybody knows it.
He was nice. You feel me?
It wasn't Chef. It was
it was right. I can't. He was from Iowa, wasn't he?
Anyway, no. We know who the hell we're talking about. We don't know the name, but we know what Tampa Bay hit on the draft, and it really changed the projection of how their season was going to go.
That's what I mean.
So you're Tristan Wirfs. Thank you, Josh.
Wirfs.
Yeah, Tristan Wirfs.
So if you putting all the stock in the draft, all I'm saying is, fellas, you better hit. Because we've seen that a team can change instantly if you get 1 or 2 or 3, Tuck or Mike, dogs. Yeah, they can change the team, especially if they're on defense. They can ignite the team. They can change everything. They can make the Randy Gregory play even better. They can re-energize the Tank Lawrence. They can re-energize maybe the Jalen Smith or the LVE, and maybe, you feel me? They can do that. So I'm hoping they hit big time, because if not, we feeling bad.
That's what we're gambling on. It's the draft Thursday. Like, we have to hit, because if we strike out and miss, like, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I feel like, going back to what I was saying about possibly bringing in a player, but Mike says, like, I think of it the same thing we went through with Dez Bryant. We're going to sit back on our hands. We're going to bring in Patrick Surtain or J.C. Horn. And if things get bad, then Steven's going to say, you know what, we need to make a trade for a corner. Like, yeah, you should have got one when they were going for these 1-year deals, back in the summer, but you sit on your hands. So I feel like that's that's what we're getting into, man. Like, I feel like,
is it? I think that's arguably a good idea. Regardless of what you do in this draft, this team in September, early October next year, before the trade deadline, obviously, needs to trade a future pick and possibly Michael Gallup, if that's what it takes to get an actual free safety or boundary corner.
Right. A real one. Like,
a real one.
An actual NFL proven NFL player.
I want coming off of ACL injuries.
No, none of this Blue Star special bullshit. I want an actual fucking player.
This is I agree with y'all. This is my problem. And I feel like this is our frustration, Cowboys Nation, and even us right here talking. You see these other teams, and I don't even want to talk about the dumb shit because we keep seeing it, but you see these other teams, and they're like, fuck it. next round, first round pick, buy. I want somebody proven who's young.
Right.
I can get 3, 4. You know what I'm saying? Let's go now. And he's young, and let's go do it. This guy, first round, what happened, Mike?
I'm good.
Okay. But this guy, he threw me all off with that one.
Sorry, bud.
You could.
I didn't think it was gonna be noticed.
No, you did, but I was just threw my whole train of thought off. But I'm good. I'm good.
I had to fade real quick. Sorry.
That's okay. I bring it back. But you feel what I'm saying, Tuck? It's like they get rid of these first round picks like it ain't nothing. Okay.
Right.
We
Yeah,
don't. We want to hold. We want to hold on to him, or we want to hold on to a compensatory pick for next year, and then the next year after that, and then we want to draft. Why can't you get rid of these picks now? Get rid of your next first round pick for a proven guy now.
Right.
Like, stop always saying, no, we got to hold on to that pick for 2022. No, we got to hold on to that pick for 2023. That's the conservative thought. Now I'm going to start getting frustrated, dog. Now I'm going to start getting mad. Because that's the conservative thought. Once again, no, I don't want to get rid of that first round pick because we're going to need it for next year. Bump that. You can get a dude that's 24, 25 right now. You can get a dog player who can change your team. But now you want to hold on for what could be. You feel me, Tuck? You don't know what that first round pick, Mike, is going to be next year. You don't know what that pick is going to be. Get somebody now and make some moves and let everybody know we mean business.
Because if we handle business, we shouldn't be picking top 10 in the first damn place.
Yeah,
so
you
feel me?
QB1's healthy. You're not picking outside the 20s. Mm-hmm. Worst case scenario,
right?
As Ricky on Trailer Park Boys, worst case Ontario. you're and Mel said names. Well, we got Arizona's going to be a dumpster fire this year because Kyler Murray is trash and Cliff Kingsbury's a bullshit coach. So you got Isaiah Simmons sitting there. You can do that. The Chargers are going to be trash because all they have is Herbie. So you got hurt guy Derwin James there. You have gosh damn it, the one tech in New York, Dexter Lawrence. Dexter Lawrence. You got Dexter Lawrence. You got, and hell, maybe even Pittsburgh with their bullshit ass. Like, they're going to be a bullshit team. Maybe you can get Minka back out of them, even though they just traded for him.
That's the whole point. Like, pride.
There's there's no names. Like, there's these trades that happens. Like, everybody's, oh, fuck, that guy's not for sale. You're an idiot. This, that, and the other. Well, the people aren't for sale until you pick up the phone and you say, hey, I got a first and a third.
Right.
What's up?
Yes. Right.
And that's the thing. You always hear, well, we tried to get Minka. You didn't try hard enough.
You didn't try. You didn't try.
They had Minka for the same goddamn compensation, but they wouldn't throw in a fourth on top of it because they thought that the Dolphins thought the Steelers pick was going to be better than the Cowboys. Turns out they traded for Minka, and it made their team better, and they goddamn near made the playoffs with a quarterback named Duck.
Right. And that's the thing, man.
The Cowboys had that trade. They had the trade. Stephen Jones wouldn't throw in the 4 to make the tiebreaker. A fourth-round pick is not like – okay, yeah, Dak Prescott was a fourth-round pick. 97% of your fourth-round picks are not on the team in 16 months, period. And they wouldn't do it.
They are scared to go all in. They scared. I mean, just kind of seeing how they handle free agency, bro. I don't think they're going to go all in the draft. Like, I don't see the Cowboys being aggressive in the draft, being how they was in free agency, man. So, I mean, it's hard because, like I said, sitting here in Kansas City and seeing what they did, they said, screw that first round pick. We're going to go get Brown out of, the Ravens.
Because we need to cut up, because we want to protect our quarterback. This is our guy. We want to go ahead and put this young boy in. And people are like, well, okay, yeah, but he lazy. But guess what? He might go to a great team that says, I'm going to win a Super Bowl. And all of a sudden, that motherfucker start playing. Start playing good.
Yeah, motivated. Yes.
You get motivated when you play with a dog team.
Right.
Imagine you're blocking for a quarterback doesn't make you look like your dog shit.
You feel me?
Stay inside the pocket.
I mean, players, they act like they don't understand how players. Chuck, you played, I played, Mike, I'm just saying. And as a whole, when you playing on a team, right, and you in okay, I like this quarterback, but okay, we trade you going with Patrick Mahomes. Motherfucker, my game going to be, my game about to raise. My game about to raise because I'm about to be hyped.
I'm literally wearing a Dak shirt. If Tyron Smith got traded from Dallas to Kansas City, he's like, oh, shit.
Hey, listen, no games. No game.
I'm right. You feel me? I bet you that back be healthy. I bet you that back. I bet you that back don't hurt for another 3 years if he went over there with Mahomes right now.
That would take it. He would take a 2x4 and screw it to his spine.
You feel me? It's imagine when you start getting with a squad, and that's what I was talking about. Even Tuck and Mike with the free agents. They got to stop this little fantasy that people love. These players love coming to Dallas now. That's a lie. No, they don't. They don't love that brand ain't. That brand ain't popping. It used to. It ain't. Yeah, it's
used
these
to. Cowboys fans jumped me for saying that. I was like, Dallas ain't attractive like that.
No, it's not attractive. No damn more. Period.
You mean they're not gonna? You mean a cornerback's not gonna sign here over Kansas City because we don't have a state income tax?
Right. You
feel me?
As much as I explained to him, like people want to come play for Dallas at the right price. You know what I'm saying?
But that price ain't never there though.
Yeah. So you gonna lowball me? You gonna lowball me to play in Dallas? I'd rather go play.
Man, come on, dog. That ain't no selling point. But if you play here and you get a couple years of commercials, man, that ain't no damn selling points to these players no more, dog. That was good in the 90s. That shit ain't working in 2021, dog. And they just like they said, they just use Dallas to get more money. Oh, I might sign with Dallas. Okay, well, I'll give you extra $2 million. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get this bread. But it ain't because they think they coming here. Dallas has never thought for these top players because they know Dallas ain't paying them no damn money. You ain't getting more than $6 or $7 million per year. That's it. That's all. And that's what it is. And Mike dropped the mic on that shit. You feel me? But that's just the truth, dog.
JJ Wright was all smiles and interacted on Twitter until he saw that offer. He said, "Oh,
hell no. Like, hell no, I ain't coming here. I don't give hell no." You feel me? Tuck, you 30-something years old. You think you're going to come to Dallas for 1 year, 30-something years old, and cut out $4 or $5 million just to play for the Dallas Cowboys, who ain't made the playoffs in the last 2 years and ain't made the playoffs in the last 3 of the last 4. They're going to come over here for that, dog, and it's been dysfunction. Dog, that ain't a selling no more, and people need to stop believing that these players ain't looking at the Cowboys like that. And what the Cowboys need to do is they need to jump them and drop them nuts, baby Jones. Drop them nuts and say, you know what? I'm going to make a trade. I gave you a little bit of props when you got Amari Cooper because I never thought you was going to make a trade like that. I'm going to give you a little bit.
His hand got forced. His hand got forced.
But here's the thing. I'm not patting you on your back what you did 17 years ago on that trade. I'm not patting you on your back no more. It's what you did now. It's what have you done for me lately. And right now, what you need to do is step the hell up, fix his defense, make this team better, stop with this foo-foo shit. If you got a pick out there that you can get, if you got a player you can go out there and get, ask, inquire, find out about these teams. Hey, just like Mike said, you got this guy over here, I got a first and a third, I got this and that. Do it. Stop sitting over there and sitting there saying, no, we got first, second, third, fourth round draft picks. We don't want to get rid of them because man, fuck all that shit, dog. You better go out there and get this damn money and get these players, dog, and we gonna still be in the same damn ugly circle the next 5 years, son. That's the same stupid dream.
And that's why I've been so vocal about the Pitts train, bro, because if we gonna sit back and think that this front office is gonna build a competitive team, it ain't gonna happen. So the way that we gonna have to do this is just have so much firepower offensively where we just run through the NFL and there's nothing you can do about it. But if we sitting back thinking Stephen Jones and Jerry Jones gonna get some caliber talent and build this defense and we're gonna be competitive for the next 5 years based off of free agency, it's not happening that way because the Cowboys want to do things the Patriots way, but ain't got no damn Tom Brady. Like, we not the Patriots, bro. So stop trying to pay off for what they did. We can't do things that way. We don't have no championships. People are not going to come here, as you said, James, for these low ball offers. Like, you're going to have to give attractive offers, get people in-house, and really commit to them, and it ain't happening, man. Dallas is not as attractive as people want to make it is just because we got Miller Lite signs out, out front. They don't want to come for that. I want to go win. If I'm going to take a discount, I want to go win. I ain't going to take a discount to lose, bro. Like, that's stupid. That's stupid.
You feel me? Like, who takes a discount to play for a team that ain't winning? Why do these players take discounts and go to these teams? Because they know that I'm taking this discount, but there's a high probability that I can get to this damn Super Bowl. So I'll go ahead and take this discount for this year or two. That's why they do it. Mother suckers ain't taking no discount to come with no damn Dallas Cowboys, and they ain't winning shit, dog.
Right. It's facts, man. And we got to wake up, Cowboys fan, because that's the facts of it, man. Because never once that we saw, all right, the Cowboys are pushing all their chips to the table. They committed to winning right now. Because if players saw that, we know players talk, they'd be like, all right, damn, the Cowboys loading the clip after they signed Dak. They signed Jerron Reed. They got, Peterson. They got all these type of players coming in. I'm going to go there and take a discount because they want to come back and win. Nah, they sitting back, bro, you signed Keanu Neal and DeMonte Casey. I'm going to Kansas City, bro. Like it is what it is. Like, nah. So,
right, Mike. He knows it. That's why we be talking about it on his burgers and blitzes, dog. It gets frustrating because it's a foolery, and
right.
we get we talk about this draft, and the only thing I get excited about is going to be some young players in the building. But my thing is this: they're going to. I feel like when you look at it from afar, where do you see that they did anything different? And yeah, it's okay to have that theory. What Stephen Jones says is build through the draft, sign our own, and not overpay for free agents. But that thing is flawed in my opinion because the guys that you are bringing on your team, you're not re-signing. You had
Right.
Byron Jones, you didn't re-sign him. You had
Right.
Anthony Hitchens, you didn't re-sign them. You had some players that were pretty good, you didn't re-sign them. And the
Right.
other players you have on your team are average. I'm sorry, I'm not hating on no D-Law, but he is not the guy to me. He is not the guy that whenever we need something big that he makes the play.
Right.
I gotta see Randy Gregory do that.
Right.
What's up, Mike? Are you talking?
I think he disconnected his mic when he knocked it down.
You messed up your mic. Go out and come back in, Mike. Go out and come back in. Go out and come back in. Go out and come back in. Come back in. So we'll probably see him. Michael come out and come back in. But you see what I'm saying, Tuck?
Yeah.
It's just like you got. There we go. Let's see if you go back in. You good?
Check.
Yeah, there we go. Here we go.
Yo.
You know what I'm saying? So I know you heard you was probably blowing a head gasket over there, wasn't you?
No, I'm over here. I'm over here yelling my ass off. I'm madder than a pissed on rat right now.
That's what that was God saying. Shut your ass up. You ain't gonna get to talk on none of this because you going nutty. Just
I got a damn dent in the damn mic.
I mean,
Yeah,
but fellas, we know it's the same thing. Like it's just to me, Tuck and Mike, and me and Mike have been talked about it. I don't know how your feelings,
Catboy's
Tuck,
still
it is.
traumatized.
It's the same thing, man.
Catboy's still traumatized about the fucking Brandon Carr deal. Brandon Carr is one of the best free agency signings this team's had in 30 years.
Right. And then you brought him in last year, and he opened his mouth, and they got mad and let him go.
Right.
Yeah, he was like, "Wait, this dude's an idiot."
Right. And why can't we take that and say? And they're like, "No, we can't do that." And see, that's the safe way, though. It's the conservative way, fellas. It doesn't. I mean, it can look good from the side that you're saving money and you're doing this and that, but are you ever going to get ahead? It's just like in life. Just me and my opinion, okay? Just my opinion. It's all good to conserve money. You know, you should save your money and have money for a rainy day and have money in your bank account. You should, but every now and then you got to take some risk. You might go out there and you see something, you're like, man, I really want that, but can we do it, babe? Should we do it? And there's sometimes you just got to step out there and say, yeah, we can do it. And if it don't work, we got this. We can still do it. Like we can still keep trying. Like that shouldn't deter you from still taking a risk because that risk.
Stephen Jones, he
won't do it.
He says you overpay for average talent. Well, that
damn. What you burning out there?
That ain't me.
No, it's me.
Wow.
All right.
House be on fire upstairs.
No, it ain't on fire. That's routine up in here. No, she don't be burning shit, but she don't be burning shit. We just gotta. I'm keeping it real. I'll tell you if she burns shit. But no, we just got that sensitive fire thing. Our thing is super sensitive, and you know how where it's just right there. So as soon as it gets a little bit dee. So we got the automatic.
Dude, every time I turn my oven on, I get it. So Stephen Jones says you overpay for average talent. Well, when you draft in the 4th round, you draft under average talent, and you plan on it to perform the same way that the average talent that you skipped out on because you didn't want to pay them, and it hurts your team. You have to draft for talent, and you have to buy need. Period.
Right. Instead of just saying, you know what, we need a damn free safety. It's been long enough, and just going to buy one. They're gonna try to hope and pray that they can find a way to get a free safety in this draft.
Look at Steven came on the fan the other day. He said, well, you know, obviously at the end of the day, the search, you know, the never-ending search for safety carries on. Like, when did it start? Where was I when it started? it ever began. No,
Right. And that's what I don't know, man.
We see it. I mean, we see it, Tuck. We see it. That's why I don't get excited about the free agency, because we know them top dogs, they're not leaving. And even the mid-tier guys that could be good for the Cowboys and could probably definitely help right now. Nope, they're going to be like 9 million, and Stevens or 8. Stevens going to be like, hell no, we're not going to do that. We'll just cool with our guys. We'll just, and see, this is what they're doing. They're doing the same thing that I've been talking about, and even Boss talked about this. They're doing the Marinelli thing to me again. They're doing it where get Dan Quinn in here and let him coach up the players. I feel like they're doing that same shit again, where they're bringing in the coach. Let's just get some okay players, bring some of your guys in, get some, and we're just hoping that he can coach them up. And they're putting all this stock on Dan Quinn because of what he did at the Legion of Boom. That's why they got him, because the Legion of Boom. That's why they got him. They would not get no up-and-coming guy. They would not do it because they would be scared to do that. They wanted to get a dude like a Dan Quinn because of that. What happened over there in Legion Boom. But that don't mean that shit going to happen over here, dog. So you got a lot of pressure, Dan Quinn, to make it happen, for real.
You just had a Boom guy in-house.
And I want to ask y'all both of this. What do y'all feel about this? If Mike McCarthy, I'm going to ask both of y'all, if Mike McCarthy comes back and doesn't make the playoffs again, should he be fired?
I'm hiring Doug Peterson.
No. Are you serious? I can't tell if he's trolling or not.
No, I'm dead serious. Doug Peterson's a good coach. He got fired because of shitty quarterback.
Nah, hell no. I'm not bringing in Doug Peterson. We already have our coach in house, man. I've been saying this. Like Mike McCarthy is. Yeah,
Kellen's going to be the next coach.
Kellen. Yeah, so it's like I feel like at this point, if Mike McCarthy comes back and we miss the playoffs,
I was thinking outside. I was going outside.
Yeah. But no, I think Kellen Moore is that guy. That's the reason why he didn't take that cush job in Boise. Like it was that reason. Like they sold him. Hey, just hold on for a minute. Just stay here put. You know what I'm saying?
Jerry Jones slid him a fat ass check.
He absolutely did. So I feel like if Mike McCarthy has a bad season and he doesn't make the playoffs, he's absolutely going to be on the hot seat, because at this point, if he's not doing the play calling and he's not really being hands on, then what value does Mike McCarthy really bring to this team? And I'm to the point, my guy,
hot dogs.
Rip the Band-Aid off. If you want Kellen Moore to be grow a pair of nuts and make Kellen Moore, but just like James just said, they kind of scared to get the proven guy, the come up guy. So Mike McCarthy's kind of that bridge until they can get confidence in Kellen, until it sounds okay to bring in. So I think if the offense does well, but they still miss out, then they can say, well, you know what? Kellen's been doing great with the offense. They can dress it up pretty, get Mike McCarthy up out of there, and then move on. But I think ultimately Mike McCarthy's going to want to be a place where he can actually coach and do what he does best, which is call plays. If you bringing me in,
the thing Mike McCarthy does best is eat fucking baby back ribs. That's the thing. That's the thing he does best. The only thing Mike McCarthy brought to the table was fourth down calls, and that's the reason we won more games than we would have if Jason Garrett was here. And unfortunately, now we're picking 10th because we had Mike McCarthy. If Jason Garrett was here, we would be at 104.
Yeah, probably.
Well, I'm gonna just say this, man. I was advocating Mike McCarthy. I was like, let's get him. I wanted a veteran guy. I didn't want to go with the rookie just because I just know how the Joneses are. So I was like, let's go with more of a proven guy. I'm gonna keep it real. That's what I did, and I'm gonna be keeping it real. If this fool don't get this shit straight this year, you got to go, dog, because there ain't no point of why you here. You came in here as a veteran coach.
Yeah, we waited too long. We waited too long.
You came in here as a veteran coach. You that's the reason you sold that. You had a Super Bowl. You were going to playoffs consistently. That's the reason why they got you. Now, if you come in here with 2 years in a row, and if Dak plays a whole damn year and you don't make the playoffs, dog, you got to be fired. Right. And so at least this is my thing with Mark McCarthy. You should win the damn division this year. I don't give a hell with Washington. Okay, I don't give a fuck about these other teams.
If you can't beat the what the fucks with Ryan Fitzpatrick, dog, and Daniel goddamn Crumble Jones and Jalen Hurts and win this division, you got to be fired.
You got to be fired, dog.
Dak Prescott is a fucking top 5 quarterback in the league. I don't care what you feel about him. I have him higher than that. He's a top 5 quarterback in this league. If he plays a full 16 games with CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup, 17. Michael Gallup, CeeDee Lamb, Blake Jarwin, Mari Cooper, and your tackles stay healthy. And you even if the tackles stay healthy, say you lose both tackles, you can afford that. You just can't lose the other 4 that we lost last year. Because last year's kind of like Mike McCarthy isn't like it is a make or break year, but at the same time, last year's it's kind of a scratch, man. Like it's kind of hard. It's really kind of hard.
I know because the injuries.
right.
I feel that.
Yeah, I mean, because at a certain point, like I hate using injuries as an excuse. It's like, oh, okay,
but it was crazy last year because
we lost CB1. Oh shit,
Yeah.
we lost CB2. Shit, we lost CB3. Shit, okay, we lost safety 1. Shit, safety 2, QB1, QB2, OT1, OT2, OT3, OT4, LG1. Are like at a certain point, you're like, fuck, man. Like I give up, man. Like what do you want from me?
But from a standpoint, when I was so vocal last year about Mike McCarthy in it, because I didn't think that we were going to have all these decision-making mistakes. Like I thought moving from Jason Garrett to Mike McCarthy, it was going to be buttoned up and a lot better. But even going back to that last game versus the Giants when he didn't throw the flag, I'm like, what are you doing? Like, it was just so many. It was just so many like what moments that went on last year I didn't expect from Mike McCarthy. You go back, to the second watermelon kick versus the Browns, going for it against the Rams, like all these things started to add up.
That go forward, that fourth and long where they went for it, the play worked. The punter didn't throw the ball. The play worked.
The one versus Washington.
Yeah, the play, like, because there is some decisions, and what sucks is not sucks. It's just the way it is. When your team's terrible and everybody's hurt and you're getting your ass whipped every week, when you make a decision like that, it gets highlighted. The fact of the matter is, literally every coach in the league does some dumb shit like that. Literally every game, every game, and it just gets highlighted when you're in the ditch. You can go watch Kyle. Everybody was sucking off Sean McVay and Kyle Shanahan. Go watch their games. And watch some of the stuff they do. Everybody was sucking off Bill Burr in Buffalo. What happened when he got to the playoffs? He went full coward.
Right.
They refused. they refused to run the ball. They refused to punt all year, and they made the AFC Championship game, and then decided to shit the bed and completely because he went coward.
Right.
That's it. And just kind of the way it is, man. It sucks because it sucks. Like.
Well, this is what I feel, just like what Tuck was saying, but I said this from day one. Soon as they got Kellen Moore in the building and they made him the offensive coordinator, I said it. As soon as they made the offensive coordinator, he's going to be the next head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. Mike McCarthy is going to be the bridge and the gap.
I championed the hire, by the way. I was out front on that. I'm just cashing in that receipt.
Hey,
people were yelling.
I'm cashing mine in. I'm going to go ahead and throw my look. J.Tuck, I got my lottery ticket. I threw that motherfucker in. Because I just saw because you feel me? It was this boy Wonder Part 2, another guy that they want to say they raised up and say if he does win it, this is our guy that we brought, and it ain't nobody else. You feel me?
Kellen's a badass, man. He sat there in that Gruden quarterback camp when he was coming out of Boise State, but
he's also not going to ruffle them feathers too, Mike, and you know it, and that's why they like him.
Company. Which is that not the best of both worlds for us? So we get a modern offense, and he knows how to politic with the Jones boys.
But that's the problem in the politics. Ultimately, I feel like Mike McCarthy isn't a bad coach. I feel like he's just somewhere different where he doesn't know how to handle doubts. Like even going back to that press conference the other day, like that was like he was so unprepared from that standpoint. Like, bro, they didn't prep you on this whole All Smith situation. They didn't give you a heads up that they already said it out on
Mike McCarthy lied in his interview.
Yeah, so he was trying to be so blue collared, but it just doesn't work.
But that ain't him. I feel what you're saying. He's not a blue collar guy, and he's trying to be that guy. And you just need to be a grunt that you are.
Right.
You just need to be the grunt that you are.
Right. He can't be that. He can't be that in Dallas.
I can tell you this with 100% certainty, not even allegedly. The players on this team like Kellen Moore more than they do Mike McCarthy.
I believe that. I believe that. I 100% believe that. I can definitely believe that. I
don't even got to use my burner account for that.
Because when you look at Kellen Moore, let's keep it real, fellas. Does Kellen Moore look like an unlikable guy? Let's keep it real, just like the Jason Garrett.
And he's fucking smart.
And he's young.
Jason Garrett was a snake. Nobody liked Jason.
I know.
Garrett.
I'm
the
just
Jones
saying.
Boys like the Jones boys like Jason Garrett.
But that doesn't exactly. The Jones boys like him, and as long as the Jones boy like him, don't matter. But what I'm saying is they
this is the best of both worlds. The team likes the Jones boys love Kellen, and the team loves Kellen.
Right, and that's why he's going to be the next head coach.
Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah. When I said the Doug Peterson thing, that was that's an outside hire.
Nope.
I never would. I never even.
It's Kellen Moore.
Yeah,
I'm I'm on record of promoting Kellen to fucking head coach before they even fought. Like in 2019.
Yeah, I know.
They did it when they brought him back. That's pretty much all they did, man. Because like I said,
that was just a prepping him.
At Boise, he could have did whatever he wanted at Boise.
He knew he was going to be the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, and them Jones boys said, "You come back here, you're going to be the next head coach of the Dallas Cowboys." He said, "Why the fuck am I going back to Boise?"
Right.
The Jones boys had Peter King and David Moore put out the articles. Oh, he didn't interview well at Boise.
Yeah, exactly. Like, come on, dog.
Right.
Like, come on, dog. We offered you the job.
If you want the job, it's yours.
It's yours. The job is yours. We don't know about Mike McCarthy. We're going to see how he doing. If he train wreck it, and if he acts up, who's the next guy who's going to get promoted? Kellen Moore. That's just we already know the move.
Boise State is in Kellen Moore County. He literally owns like he didn't interview well.
If Mike, how is Mike McCarthy feeling? Because he got to be smart to know what's going on.
He got to know.
Yes, he got to be like, man.
That's what I'm saying. You a lame duck coach. It's just like with Wade Phillips and Jason Garrett, though, ain't it?
Right. And so if
you a lame duck coach,
like, bro, if y'all want to go ahead and pull the trigger, and let me go.
Ain't he a lame duck? Or don't y'all think he's a lame duck coach? Because we really know they want Kellen Moore.
I don't think it's that deep. I really don't.
Okay.
I think he respects Kellen's mind. He loves.
No, I think he does too. But
the relationship that he had with Dak and this, that,
but
and the other.
This is what I'm saying, though, Mike. I think that's why this is a critical year. This year is.
Oh, right. for sure. Like, but I don't think lame duck's a title.
Okay,
definitely.
I'll take that back.
Let's start 1-5. Let's start 1-5 this year. Mike McCarthy's gone. Like,
yeah.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
Let us start 1-5 this year. He's gone.
Right.
And Kellen Moore be right up in there. If they have any kind of a winning streak with Kellen Moore, he's gonna be like, there it is.
Yeah. We put up 50 points and won our game. Yeah.
I was waiting for it.
I don't care if Adam Gase is your head coach. If they start 1-5, that means quarterback one went down in training camp.
Yeah, for real. Because there's no reason why we should be fucking 1-5 with that game.
Like,
that was crazy. Not with no COVID. Hell no.
Motherfuckers don't understand how good Dak Prescott is, and it fucking pisses me off.
Well, hey, I don't care what they think, because at the end of the day, this year, this is what only thing I feel good about with free agency. You know, it was so regular, but what I will say is made me feel so good that the only thing I'm gonna feel good about what the Joneses did is they eliminated that controversy before the draft. They eliminated all that controversy that we could still be talking about right now with Dak. Oh, they don't sign Dak. They could draft a quarterback, especially with all this mayhem that's going on with these quarterbacks right now. Imagine if Jerry and them didn't sign Dak with all this crazy quarterback talk that's going on right now. That'd just be a bunch more drama and controversy. So I would give them props.
Imagine if you had Jason Garrett and you had signed Dak Prescott. Now you're sitting at 103, 104.
Yeah, well, I ain't never believe in no damn Jason Garrett, period. So it don't matter.
No, I'm saying that Mike McCarthy won us meaningless games.
Right.
And I need every one of those wins, bro. So I need the wins. I need that win versus Philly. That win versus Philly was enough. I'll take it. You know what I'm saying?
I understand that, but now you'd be sitting at 103, 104 with Dak in the bag, and a lot of people
but see, as much as we all love Dak, if we were sitting in that spot, we might be having a different conversation right now, because they'll be thinking at that quarterback position, bro. They would be looking at it.
They were never letting Dak,
bro. Zach Wilson with those blue eyes and those Tony Romo comps, Jerry Jones would be foaming at the mouth trying to get this kid if we were sitting at 4.
I know how tense it got. I promise you, they were never letting Dak go. Like, Dak wanted to leave. He's not infatuated with the Cowboys like people think, like fans are. But not when I say wanted to leave, like, he wasn't stuck here. Like if somebody else paid him, like here we go.
He wasn't gonna be like, oh no, hell no, the Cowboys.
No, yeah, exactly. But they were not going to let him leave
because they didn't have a backup.
Jerry got into negotiations last year. It was between Steven and Todd France.
Right.
That devolved to a
10 though.
Mike,
if we were sitting at 4 and we were within range to get this blue-eyed, star quarterback with the strong arm and Zach Wilson, Jerry would be considering it. He would.
I'm telling you that they were already like for one, we paid it wasn't gonna happen. It wouldn't. No.
Well, I'm glad we got across that bridge, like James said, but
yeah, for real.
Jerry Jones is not old enough. Is not young. So I say not young enough to go back through quarterback purgatory. You had a known NFL quarterback quantity, which is literally invaluable. And when people are talking about, oh, you could trade Dak for 2 firsts, like you better get the fuck on. Like it starts at 4 first, because you're literally buying a winning Powerball ticket. I mean,
you buying. I don't care what anybody said.
You're buying a winning Powerball ticket. You're buying a known top
Zach
5.
Wilson in 3 firsts. 3 firsts. You don't think they would consider that? I don't think Jerry's window is in consideration anymore, man. I think it's clearly Stephen Jones's team, and that's why we haven't seen any sense of urgency when it comes to the moves with his front office. They sit on their hands, because I feel like if it was Jerry Jones, right, I feel like there'd have been more dominant, powerful moves to push all the chips in. We hear Jerry say, I ain't getting no younger. I need to win right now. But from the standpoint, Stephen Jones is thinking we got plenty of time. You know what I'm saying? That's why he's always focused on the cap and the future and getting these. I agree with that. He's got time. He's looking at time.
Both of these things are true.
Mm-hmm.
So I know for a fact that San Francisco, New England, Chicago, Jacksonville, and Detroit were salivating at the chance to even offer a fully guaranteed contract to Dak Prescott.
Right.
Literally salivating at it. I mean, that when that dude, there's never been a top 5 quarterback hit free agency in the history of the NFL. It's never happened.
Right.
I mean, you had Peyton Manning, but he was 36, 35 years old, coming off of neck surgery. Like not someone in his prime. Like the market would have been fucking insane.
Right.
We're talking, 4 years, 180 million fully guaranteed.
Right. I agree.
I mean, hell, if Kirk Cousins get a fully guaranteed contract, motherfucking Dak Prescott can.
Right.
Yeah.
You feel me? That's just real.
That's Kirk Cousins is the closest we've been to that type of market. Because the WTFs, thought he was a failure, which is Kirk Cousins is criminally disrespected, but that's an entire another conversation. Apparently Justin Jefferson is the best wide receiver in the draft, but Kirk Cousins is also trash.
No, he's not trash.
Explain it to me like I'm 5.
Yeah, he's definitely not trash. I don't never hate on Kirk Cousins, but
Kirk Cousins
is
easily inside the top 10, easily.
But he's a good quarterback.
Yeah. So,
but we'll see. But what do y'all? Shit. Well, final thoughts. What's y'all final kind of thoughts on where we headed? With this pick. Once again, I mean, let's go to first 3 rounds. I'm gonna ask you, Tuck, in the first 3 rounds. If we didn't trade any picks, we got three rounds. Mm-hmm. Who would be guys that you would want in your 3-round pick?
Yeah. So I mean, of course, I got in the first round. I'm eyeing on Pitts, Horn, Surtain, kind of how I have it. At this point, Slater's also in consideration. I would think if all 3 of those guys was off the board, I think the Cowboys would give Slater consideration. But I just don't think they're going to make the offensive line move, initially over the other 3 positions. Second round, some guys I got my eyes on would be Asante Samuel Jr. You just dropped the video on. That's one of my favorite corners. I'll say it right now on your show, on my show. He's going to be the best corner out of the draft, man. And people can knock me for saying I'm biased about it.
I'm so old, man. I remember scouting these dudes. these kids' dads.
Right. Yeah. Y'all know I'm no-blooded, man. So like I said, Asante, there's definitely that guy. The Morg situation, I know a lot of people are talking about the Cowboys could possibly trade up. I don't think the Cowboys would trade up for Morg, but I think he might slide a little bit within range. I don't think they would trade up into the first. They'd probably trade up in the second for Trayvon Morg. Richie Grant comes to mind. Carl Joseph, Elijah Molden. So those are kind of guys I'm looking at in the second round.
Mm-hmm.
The third is where I'm kind of, we can have this conversation. Shouts out to Vach. I'm looking at my guy Marvin Wilson in the third round. I think second's a little too rich for his blood. To be there in the third or second, I would take Marvin Wilson. Alan McNeil's a few guys that guy I have mentioned. I really can't get a grasp on Jamin Davis if he's a second or third round. I got him at a third round grade, but I know he's been kind of shooting up the boards at linebacker because, we talked about this summer, James, about this linebacker depth.
Yeah,
here we are.
Linebackers.
Same thing.
Same thing with the corners.
Right. Same thing with the corners. Right. Same position. So I think we need to address the linebacker position, especially in this draft. I would say in the first 3 rounds. Saying Keith Taylor out of Washington. So some of those guys are some of the names that I kind of have, I kind of keep my eye on the first 2-3 rounds. But here's my question. I really don't know where the Cowboys standpoint is about the defensive tackle position. Right. I've been kind of banging the desk to have a true nose tackle. But it feels like the way they kind of move, they brought in Urban. He's going to kind of be the 1 tech 3.
They hate the DTs in this draft.
Right. So I don't see them addressing defensive tackle early in this draft. As much as I love Marvin Wilson, Alan McNeil,
day 3.
Tyler Shelvin, I feel like those are some guys that kind of be late. They probably will pick up, but I don't think there's a sense of urgency at the defensive tackle position, to be honest with you guys. And I'll say that about end as well. So hopefully, because if we take an end that first round, I'm gonna be done. So
no, the defensive line is weak as shit in this draft, and they know it.
I ain't gonna say it's weak. Nah, the defensive line tackle position ain't weak.
It's not weak. It's not weak.
It's not that. It's not that tackle position where you're getting dominant first round.
There's not a top 50 guy.
But there's some definite depth that you can get. And you can definitely get 2 in here and feel good about yourself.
Whether it's a Milton Williams out of La Tech, Barrymore.
He just mentioned Martin. Let's say if you got a Marvin Wilson, let's say a Lee McNeil, or if you got a Marvin Wilson and a cat from Ohio State, Tommy Tonga. Right. And let's say if you got a Tyler Shelvin and a Marvin Wilson, or a Tyler Shelvin and another guy like a Levi or Zarike, I ain't gonna be mad at that.
Right.
Because our defensive line is still regular.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the interior defensive line, our linebacker depth, these corners, and also the safety. We got a lot of damn holes, bro. We got a lot of damn holes,
dog. That's what I'm saying, man. People don't understand the holes. We don't got a free safety. The skin, when we talked about the cornerback position, if you line up 4, you're feeling like, damn. If you do that linebacker position, you still like, damn. Mike Ben said it with LVE. It's a Sean Lee part 2. They're still talking with Sean Lee. Well, I don't know. Jalen Smith, the jury is out. Francis Bernard, you was undrafted. We don't know nothing about you. Luke Gifford, you saw a flash, but you still don't know. So there's a whole lot of issues and questions. The only way you'll say defensive line is because you have depth along the line now, but there's no players that you can say you're hoping. You feel me? That's the guy. There's no guy between the 1 and the 3 tech right now. You say that is the guy. There is not one guy right there. You're hoping Gallimore and he'll be that guy, but there is no one guy that is the guy. So they got to hit in this shit, dog. Or if not, man, same old thing.
Hey guys, I gotta go. Haley's flight's taxiing in. So sorry.
Hey,
I appreciate you, guy.
Hey, appreciate you, dog. Peace.
Thank y'all. Later, Bubbles.
Yes, sir. But you feel what I'm saying, Tuck? It's just
they gotta hit. They gotta hit, man. And I feel like that's the bad predicament to be in going to the NFL draft. Because Karen was like, we need to draft defense. Well, we're at the point, y'all, if we're gonna address the defense, we're gonna need a damn all rookie defense team to really come in, and we're gonna need 3 to 4. Because you think about it, going back to last year, bro, only 2 of these picks out of we had last year was really gonna play day 1. It wasn't until injuries we saw Neville Gallimore, starting to step in, and also with Tyler Biadasz. We were all crying all season, where's Bradley and Reggie Robinson? They never touched the field. So to really put that type of pressure on these rookies in the draft, it's kind of chaos, man. But we're at the point where we're going to have to, because like I said, as far as the free agency is concerned, the cupboard's bare. There's nothing out there that we can really bring in to have instant impact. So we're going to have to go get a nose tackle, whether you want to or not, because we ain't got one in house. And just hope that Marvin Wilson or Tyler Shelby can turn around just to be that guy. That's what we were missing, because you think that Brent Urban's going to be the cornerstone to this defense, it ain't happening. If you think that, Basher's going to come in and be like, it's not going to happen, bro. So it's like, we're going to need to really hit on these first 3 to 4 picks, and they have to really come in and have instant impact, man. So,
instant impact.
Or we just load the offense and put up points.
That's why I keep on saying, Tuck, I feel like it's going to go right back to that. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's still going to fall right back to that, because when I still look at the defense, I still look at it like it's regular. When I look at it across the board without any additions, you got D-Law on one side, Randy Gregory on the side. I feel good about that. I like that.
Right.
But still, like I said, D-Law ain't that dominant guy where we just need a play. He makes that play. He's not that guy to me, but he's all great. He's a good all-around player. And Randy Gregory, I still need to see a whole 16-game season.
Exactly. It's different when you coming in 8 games and you fresh and off. But full 17 game season.
17 game season.
All the pressure's going to be on you starting from day one. It's a lot different, man. So
it's a lot different. Now the expectations are wrapped up, because everybody's been waiting since 2015 to see this guy.
Right.
And now they finally have the opportunity. So he's going to have to step up. And then when we look in that middle, okay, let's say if it's Brent Urban starting, or then let's say if it's Woods or the Gallimore, I mean, that's still regular. That's just not no defensive line that you're like, ooh, you scared of. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, I don't hate on Antoine Woods, but he ain't no guy that teams is fearing, or have to feel like they got a double team. No, you can move him out the way one guy.
Defense, think about it. There's only one player half-assed, and you really have to scheme around. That's DeMarcus Lawrence.
That's it.
That's it.
That's just the truth.
We'll chip over there, on DeMarcus Lawrence.
And that's what they do.
Ain't nobody else you really have to scheme around. And
there is nobody that they're right. There's nobody else they're scheming around besides D-Law. That's it.
Exactly. And that's the point, man. And I feel like that's why I was kind of mentioning Parsons, because at least you have to kind of be aware if he's blitzing off the edge, where he's lined up in the middle, where be aware of where he's at. I feel like right now they don't give a damn where Jalen Smith is lined up at. Like, it is what it is.
Dog, they don't fear no damn Jalen Smith, dog. You feel me?
Right. Like, that's in the cornerback position. They're not scheming around no Trayvon Diggs. They're not scheming around no Jordan Lewis. They're not scheming around our free safeties. And so I feel like there's nobody really in this defense that can get offensives out their comfort zone. We're gonna run when we came to run. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is, because they don't have enough to compete with it. And I feel like the Cowboys are going in with this all rookie attitude. Y'all didn't address the defense when you had a chance to. And so here we are. So, the defense will naturally take a slide forward next year just because they were so damn bad. I feel like if they're 31st, they might be in the top 20s. You know what I'm saying? Okay, great improvement. But to be what people really want this defense to be, y'all, we are so far away to get to that point. That's why I've been focusing just to get the offense there and just go over the top, and we'll have to address this crap later, because it ain't even close. So
it ain't close. And you know what? Just like I said, I feel like they're putting it all on the coach. When they got Dan Quinn, they're putting it all on him to coach everybody up. We'll get you some regular players. This is what you're working with. This is what we're going to give you, because we think you can do this. So this is what we're going to give you to work with. And sometimes a coach, hey, I need more than this to work with. You feel me? Like when I coached, I had some good players, but I knew when I went and played certain teams, I need dogs. Like I need some good players, but when I play this team, I don't know, because this team gonna smack him in the face. This team gonna talk shit to him. This team gonna come in there, and when they smell anything weak, they're coming after your ass. You feel me? And this ain't gonna be nice. This is gonna be ugly, and they love doing ugly. You feel me? And that's what I feel like Dallas needs. And it's just like you just got okay, guys. Like I said, Terrell Basham, I like him off the edge. You know what I mean? But is he a guy?
Right. No.
And here's my thing: you ain't got to get 80 million guys on your team. But just like you said, we only have one dude. And that's just the truth. We have one guy. When I look at some of these other teams, they got a few guys. You feel me? They got a few guys that's going to make a difference. It's not just one guy. They got a few guys, and you kind of build around them. We only have one dude on the defense that you can say the teams actually scheme around. Everybody else, they said, we ain't worried about y'all. We're going to do what we do, and we'll see if you can stop it. Because we're going to do what we're going to do. And too many times, time in and time out, we don't stop it, Tuck.
Right. Exactly. Now, let's reverse it. All right, let's talk to the offensive side of the ball. Now, when you're a defensive coordinator, you have to plan for all this stuff that we got going on offensively, versus what we got defensively. Like, we got to get to that point. And I thought you'd have to bring in, tons of free agents, like you said, James. Go get a Dalvin Thompson. Like, all right, we got our defensive tackle. Boom, we got that guy. We ain't got to worry about it. We ain't got to kind of bring no rotational guys in. We got our guy. You know what I'm saying? And then the KZ and the Neal signing would have been a lot more attractive because you're getting some additional pieces around the cornerstone guy you got in. But you just brought in Brent Urban, no knock to him. He ain't that guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe he can possibly be that guy, but he's not that guy. He's going to have to prove it. But they don't want the actual get production. They get projection. We got to hope and wish that Brent Urban turns out in Dallas to be something he's never been in his career, and he's just a dog. I just don't see that happening, man. So that's the hard and frustrating part when it comes defensively. When it comes to this team, bro, it's just like they just don't want to push the chips in.
And here's the funny thing, but they don't do that with offense.
Right.
Offense, they get dogs.
Right. Well, yeah.
Offense, they drafting dogs. They getting the top of the line. They getting all world players. Offensively, we drafting dogs, and it's just like, well, we can get by with defense.
Right.
But no, you gotta have that same type principle because there's nothing wrong with having a good offense and a good defense. There's nothing wrong with having both. It's a good balance. It's balance that helps you because guess what? Even with that explosive offense, maybe you get shut down in that. Maybe you come against a really good defense, and your defense needs to save you in that game. You get what I'm saying? And you have that balance. Like, guess what? Offense ain't playing good today, but we're getting 3 and outs, so we ain't got to move all the way down the field and have that pressure of doing 15, 16 play drives and scoring touchdowns. Defense got opportunistic plays, got them off the field in 3 downs. Oh, got a turnover. Now we on the 25-yard line instead of our 20, Tuck. We on day 20 with a turnover. Now we only need 2 or 3 plays to score a touchdown. We right back in it. That hurts and demoralizes a team when we saw when 2014 and even 2016 when Dallas could score quick or we could put points on the board quickly and they couldn't do anything. It took the team out of their game, and then the defense can be opportunistic. That's the only way I can kind of look at our defense probably being like 2014 is opportunistic, is getting turnovers, because I don't think we're going to come in with any kind of a dominant D. So they're going to have to get turnovers. They're going to have to get forced fumbles. They're going to have to get negative plays.
Make things happen.
They're going to have to get those things because we seen with 2014 it wasn't a great defense, but if you can get turnovers, it can help your offense and help your team as a whole. So that's what I can only hope to rely on, is that we get some playmakers that can take the ball away.
And that's what I've been saying about this whole cornerback position, man. People been on me about this, but Asante Samuel Jr., he can actually get turnovers. Like, you know what I'm saying? So if I'm going to take a cornerback at 10, I want a guy that can turn the ball over, that can cover, can do a lot more than just being a cover 3 guy. And that's no knock to Surtain and also Horn, but it's like, I need to get that ball back, bro, because a lot of people, when we said this earlier, they hated when I compared Patrick Surtain to Byron Jones. Byron Jones was a decent cornerback. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say great, but he was a decent cornerback. But the knock on him, he couldn't get the ball back. He didn't force turnovers. And so you compare the talent of a Marcus Peters versus Byron Jones. Byron Jones is a lot more talented and more technical sound than Marcus Peters, but Marcus Peters will get you that damn ball back when you need it. And so it's like, what do you really want, man? And I feel like, as far as defensively, they really haven't did it. And going back to, 2016, we had some decent running backs in house with Alfred Morris and what was the other guy from Arkansas that hurt his foot on the what was it? McFadden, you know what I'm saying? We had some decent running backs, but what the Cowboys sit back and did say, you know what? We're gonna load the clip offensively and go get Zeke. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like the Cowboys just don't do that defensively. They don't say like, all right, we're going to stack the deck defensively. We're going to trade this first round pick. I don't give a damn. Add another 4th. Get Minka Fitzpatrick in there. Then we're going to sign Dalvin Thompson. Then we're going to get Patrick Peterson on this 1-year deal. And then we're going to draft defense and really load that's not our mentality. Right now, we're just going to draft a bunch of defensive guys and hope and pray they can fill the void defensively. And that's where we at, man, coming in Thursday. Yeah, instead of Ramsey or Bosa. Right. I think are you muted? Let's see. Hold up. Check. Can y'all still hear us? I said that you muted, big game. It said you muted, or it said you muted, bro. Or they can't hear you. They didn't kick them off, man. I'm gonna have to run the show. run the show for a little bit. Nah. Baby nuts got big game James, man. They muted him, man. they didn't want that hot fire, man. They didn't want that hot fire, man. That yoga flare, and they muted him. All right, so let's see. Is he back? Nah. Yeah, the lunatic, man. It's the Pitts train. I'm still riding, bro, because like I said, I just don't think that there's anybody defensively that's going to move the needle forward at this point, man. Like, I just don't. Like, it's no knock to Patrick Surtain. It's no knock to J.C. Horn. I think they both, you know what I'm saying, legitimate corners, which I would like to bring them in, but I don't think they push the needle forward like Kyle Pitts would push the needle forward. Now, if he's off the board, now I'm fine with taking J.C. Horn. I got him as my cornerback one, man, personally. So, you know, but my thing about J.C. Horn, man, I just don't think he fits the mold in Dallas. Like, I just don't think he's the personality that the Dallas Cowboys like, man. And that's what concerns me about if it comes down between him and Surtain. I think the Cowboys will lean towards Surtain because he kind of fits more of that Cowboys mold. I think I just heard something, Jane. But no, I think you're good, bro.
Yeah, am I good now?
Yeah, you good. You good. There you go.
I'm good now, right?
Yeah, you good. Yeah, you good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can't knock the hustle, baby nuts. You can't knock the hustle, baby nuts. Yeah, baby nuts. You can't stop this. See, that's what they do to you. Fight the power, dog.
Yeah.
You better listen to Public Enemy,
Oppressive,
man. You feel me?
If y'all watch Snowfall, man, watch Snowfall. They try
you feel me? You can't do it. I'm about to play some Public Enemy. Fight the power. You got to fight the powers that be.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we go. We back now. You can't do it. I see you, baby nuts. You over on the airwaves, but I got you, dog. I'm still talking about you and still talk about them nuts, man. Gotta grow them. But yeah, man. Hey, but dog, I appreciate you jumping on here, Tuck, man.
Yeah, appreciate
you.
So, man.
What you got planned for Thursday for the draft?
Yeah, so I'm going to be on with my Star Gang fam, man. Shouts out to Nick, Spoonie, and Mariella. We're going to be doing a live, man. So if you free, hop on. We're going to be having gifts, giveaways, all sorts of stuff, man. Breaking down the draft, all 3 days. Just, doing what we do, man. So, like, yeah, come on, kick it with us if you got some time, man. And we just going to be sitting back and preparing. Like I said, we've been doing a lot of work when it comes to this draft content. So, it's time to kind of see what happens, man. Like I said, I feel like Patrick Surtain will probably be the pick if I had to put money on it. And actually, I already have put money on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, we definitely come back and kick it with us, man. We gonna be on there keeping it lit for everybody. So.
Yeah, man. You know what? I want to ask you this right quick before we get off here. Did it seem like we talked about the draft this hard last year? Like, it didn't feel like it, did it? It didn't feel like there was this debate.
Nah, again, maybe because I was kind of new in it. Like I said, I was just starting. Like one of my very first videos was about drafting City Land, but I didn't see all these mocks last year, and that's why I said, man, hey, do me a quick favor and tag me in y'all mocks from last year because I didn't see all this last year, bro.
No, it just seemed like it was kind of what it was, and it was like 17th pick was blah because we was all frustrated. It was the 17th pick, and it was kind of like, all right, well, whoever we get, you know what I'm saying, at 17th, but maybe it's the intrigue because it's 10.
Right. And I think coming off the season that we had last year, a lot of fans just want something to be excited about, man. So I feel like but it's been exhausting, man. But I appreciate
this has been super exhausting, dog.
Like, you know what I'm saying? But I'm thankful for doing this versus the Dak contract thing because I couldn't have did it, y'all. I was, you know what I'm saying? But also said my son said the PFF simulator wasn't available last year because it's like lottery tickets. I'm like, what are y'all winning for all these mock drafts y'all doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
no, I can't do them. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't.
It's just it's fun to do when you bored. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of but this would be a damn lie because if I do a mock draft by myself versus like when I did it with the NFC East guys that came on my show, because they thinking logically like I'm thinking. So I'd be thinking, Darius Washington gonna be there in the late fourth round.
Right.
They snatch him up. I'm like, Oh, okay, y'all on the same
So
thing I'm on.
then it's good. Then it's good mental play. You feel me? It
Right.
ain't just something that you sitting at the crib and I just doing.
Right.
No, I
Right.
don't. Like I said, I feel you with that because if you're doing it with a bunch of people and they're really on it, like you are, then mentally, you really have to use your mind, like you really in the draft room. Like you have
Right.
to really sit there and count the board. You have to count the players. You got to look at who is at your linebacker. You got to look at, could I trade this player? And I like
Right.
going against people mentally like that because that'll
Right.
stimulate me. But I ain't
Right.
doing all them damn mocks. I ain't hating on
Yeah.
nobody that do all them mocks. But I just
Yeah.
can't do it, dog, because
Yeah.
that shit be hurting my brain, bro. It just
Yeah,
hurt my
it do,
brain.
man. It was fatigue though, man. Like the chat kept it lit, you know what I'm saying? Because they'd be like, man, what's your thought on
Yeah,
Jones the second? So we get in those 6th and 7th rounds.
yeah.
Live shows, he been sitting there like, bro, I don't know. But, like, yeah, it's like, you know what I'm saying? Keep going, man. So I probably scouted like 92 different prospects I got. Like I said, I'm probably gonna drop my final big board tomorrow, but for the most part, it's been kind of fun, man. But yeah, it's been exhausting. So now I kind of know it's kind of start early because I waited till the season was over before I started because I didn't want to hear nothing about no draft talk. But yeah, man, I appreciate all support, man. So it's like, yeah, it's been fun. So like I said, I'm gonna be bummed out if the Cowboys do something completely out the norm. You know what I'm saying? They take a right end, defensive end, or something like we even think about, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be pissed off. But I think for the most part, man, it's gonna be
it's gonna be certain. If unless anything crazy and something the draft falls weird, I really feel like it's gonna be Surtain as the first pick, and then from there we kind of just go from there. I think from there it'll be kind of wide open what they do because maybe in their head they'll say, well, we got our one defensive guy.
Right.
Now we can kind of be loose and open and we'll just kind of see. But you know, like I said, this is what I feel, Tuck, before I get off here once again, is this that you gotta hit on this draft. And this coaching gotta step up. Like this coaching gotta step up. These players gotta step up because it can't be the same mediocre, man. Like I don't want to hear the noise and the talking and the shit from none of these guys no more, dog. Like I don't want to hear the talk, dog. Y'all got to get on this field and make plays because number one, you should win this division. The division should be the Cowboys this year. Number one, this should be the division with everybody clearly coming back, especially on the offensive end. They have the talent to win the division. You must win at least one playoff game with McCarthy this year for me to feel anything about him. Because if they just get in the playoffs, barely making it, and they just lose in the playoffs, dog, I'm cool with him. Ain't no point in keeping him any longer. And just go ahead and make that move to Kellen Moore and then let him build his staff. Because just like what Mike said, the key is if the whole players like you as the and the ownership like you, I feel like that does go a longer way in how you can operate your team when everybody loves you as the coach.
Right. And here's the thing. At the point, if it don't work next year, y'all, then it's really time we start looking at these players and saying, y'all trash.
Y'all regular. You feel me?
Yeah, three defensive coordinators in 3 years, and y'all still out here getting dog walk. Bro, DeMarcus Lawrence, you gotta go. I want Randy Gregory. I want all these Jared guys fully out there because there's no more excuses at this point. You know what I'm saying? They complained last year about the scheme. Okay, we'll give you that COVID year, this and that. Boom. Y'all come out and y'all still
ain't no excuses this year.
Yeah, there's no excuses, man, at this point. So, you know what I'm saying? I feel like the pressure's really going to be defensively. And I think they know that. I think they know it's like, all right, we really got to be better. But from a Cowboys standpoint, if we really going to depend on coaching, that really ain't our strong point. So I feel like why a lot of people are kind of out on it. But yeah, man, I think defensively you got to get some talent in there because I feel like you don't want to put Dan Quinn's back to the wall. You know what I'm saying? It's like if I want you to come and cook Thanksgiving dinner and you like, where the season? Like, we ain't got no season. Just make it work. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I need my, you know what I'm saying? All this, and that's where the Cowboys are at right now. Like, so I feel like this draft, they really need to talk to Dan Quinn. Like, all right, defensively, what is your vision? What do you want to do? And who is your guys? I feel like his input is the most important. If he says, you know what? I want J.C. Horn. That's who I want. Then damn it, Stephen Jones, you need to stay to the side and let the defensive coordinator go get his guy because let him cook with his ingredients. So I feel like that's where we're at with it.
Well, hey, you heard it from Tuck, man, and Tuck been doing the damn thing. I appreciate you, big dog. You know, I appreciate what you said today on Twitter. You just don't know how much I appreciate what you said on Twitter today. We ain't gotta go deep in it, but I appreciate you.
Man,
I feel you.
Real,
you know
man,
what I'm saying? Keep it all the way funky like that. I really appreciate the realness like that because what you said, everything you said was 100,000,000% true. And it's just a real thing that a lot of people don't see, and a lot of people don't understand that goes on. But the shit go on. It's just like music industry and anything, dog. TV, entertainment, be that funny shit. But at the end of the day, just keep it real and do your own thing and let that be great, and everything will be great. You get what I'm saying? And not worry about nobody else.
Exactly, man. Like I said, man, I appreciate you, bro. Like you were the first person to reach out when I started, man. Like I said, you kind of let me know I can just be myself and just do this, my way. And it is what it is. I ain't got to dress it up, you know what I'm saying? We can still be professional and handle our business, but I can still be Tuck, just like you a big game.
You feel me?
Out of you, you know what I'm saying? And, congrats on all your success, man. We can continue to grow. And like I said, the people in the chats and everything, man, we do it for y'all, man. It was, like I said, it's starting to get a little funny, but I'm here for y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm still here for y'all, man. Keeping it going, keeping that content, man, because y'all keep me going. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about, man. Passionate Cowboys fans coming together, trying to get this 6th ring ultimately, man. And so I appreciate everyone supports my channel. Cowboys fans only. Follow me on Twitter, who interacts with me, you know what I'm saying? All of it, man. Facebook, wherever you guys interact, man. I appreciate y'all, man, because y'all keep me going. Because some days it's easy for me to say, you know what, I'm done. So it's like,
hey, dog, and that's real shit. Like there are days like when I come home from work or just be like, man, I ain't doing this shit, dog. I'm cool. You feel me? But like you said, the people that push you, the passion, the people that out there supporting the subscribers, the members, everybody out there shows you love and makes you get up and want to go hard the next day and keep on pushing out this content the way you like to do. So it's a real thing. Everything you saying, that's just real talk. And like I said, dog, I appreciate you for what you've been doing, man, and the grind and all that, and the realness. And I like how I can just be real candid and just talk about whatever. So I just want to, give you a big shout out for everything you've done, man. Appreciate you coming on here. And I like how whenever I hit you up, you know what I'm saying, you hit me up, we go on the fly, and it don't got to be all that weird stuff about it. It's just like, hey, let's jump on and let's do it. So I'm always appreciate you on that. We'll definitely talk on the draft. I'm going to jump in there, on the Star Gang, and we'll see how it goes. But I'm going to ride out because the food is ready. I'm going to jump out. So ain't going to be no backstage. I'm just coming off here. I'm cutting everybody off. I'm riding out to the music. But, and shout out to you once again for your 1,000 on the YouTube. I think that just happened. Shout out to you because that's big because money starts coming in there. And you feel me? And we all like that. So shout out to you because I seen when you started, not saying when you started, but I seen when you came back on and said, I'm going to pick up the pace, and just seeing all the subscribers picking up and just seeing how you've been going hard. I just salute you, dog, and just keep it up, man. I really appreciate you in this community and, the friendship that we built.
Appreciate you, my guy, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in, bro. So y'all, draft night, Thursday night. Let's get it, Cowboys Nation. Oh, and CowboysFansOnly.com, man. Go ahead and get your CFO merch, too.
Go get that merch, man. And we are out of here. I'm going to play some music. I don't even know what the music I'm playing, but I'm going to just let it ride out of here. And we'll talk to you soon. Big Game James, Silver and Blue Nation, J.Tuck, Cowboys fan talk only, all that good stuff. Go out there, support us. Go out there, support our YouTube channels, and make sure you follow his Twitter handle because you be going nutty on the Twitter. For real. I don't know how you get to talk on Twitter like that because I'll be like, my job will fire me. How you get to do that, dog? Because
I get up at 4 a.m., man. So a lot of
you lucky, dog. I'll be like, how you getting 17 tweets out, man?
Yeah, I'll be going. I get up at 4 a.m., man. So pretty much, I don't really have to be at work until like 9, but I'll get on work like at 7 o'clock. So I'm just boom, 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 getting my work done. And so for the most part throughout the day, I'm kind of just coasting in between appointments and whatnot. And so, Twitter is like my new coworker, so I'm still working from home like for the next 2 weeks or so. So we'll see.
Then are you going back after that?
Yeah. So I'll probably be back in the office, man. So here in the soon. So I'll be back.
Yeah. So that's going. Yeah. Back in that office now, dog. I see.
Yeah, man. So I still say, the draft will be over, man. So we'd be cool about it. So,
he said, "I'm glad I got it all in now because I'll be back in the spot before that."
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
All right, but hey, man, we appreciate you getting once again, dog. J.Tuck in the building, man. Mike White was in the building. Burgers and Blitzes with the special edition. We're gonna ride out to the music, and once again, have a safe trip, safe day, all y'all, and go hug a loved one. Peace, and we out.